Hi, everyone. My name is Aaron Pallian. I'm the race director for the Houston Methodist, Texas City Triathlon, Duathlon, and Aquathon this coming Saturday, September 20th, down on the dike in Texas City. This is our fourth year to have the event, and we've grown from just over 450 people the first 3 years to this year selling out at 600 almost a week early. Thanks to everyone that registered. This is our biggest year yet, and we couldn't be more excited to see you guys in a few days. If you are on the wait list and happen to be watching this, we will let people on the wait list in if we get emails from people that would like to defer their entry and are not going to join us this year, but are registered and would like to use that entry for next year. If that is you, then email us and we will manually defer you till next year and we can open up an entry for someone else that would like to race. Before we get started on some of the specifics for the race that are direct from the website, I'd like to read you a few statistics this year from our start list. As I said, registration's up about 40%. We're sold out at 600 people. The top teams that are registered are Team Zoot with around 20 people, Achilles Houston with 17 people, HRTC, that's Houston Racing Triathlon Club, at 10, Powerhouse at 5, and Valhalla at 5. And there are a number of other teams registered that have 4 or below. The amount of athlete experience in this race is over 200 first timers this year. So we have a third of our race that have never done a triathlon, not just a Texas City triathlon, but a triathlon in general. So that is really good for the sport. And we definitely can't wait for you guys to cross that finish line for the first time. There are 100 people that have done it 2 of the soon-to-be 4 years. This is their second year. 40 of you have done it for 3 years, and 20 of you have done it for all 4 years. So a special thanks to you if you're a return customer and a welcome if you're a first time. Out of everyone that has registered, 20 athletes have completed 50 or more triathlons. Of those 20, 10 of them have completed over 100 triathlons. So that's a lot of experience out there. Our youngest athlete is 12 years old, and our oldest athlete is 82 years old. Age groups most registered are 40 to 49 with 26% of the field, and 30 to 39 and 50 to 64 with tied at about 25% each. The gender breakdown is about 65% male and 35% female. That's held steady for years, probably ever since I started doing triathlons over 15 years ago. Top 5 most registered Texas cities are Houston, of course, Spring, Pearland, League City, and Sugar Land. And last, the states represented are Texas, Louisiana, Utah, Michigan, Tennessee, Missouri, Kansas, and California. So those are some quick stats from the race, guys. The rest of the time spent on this video, I just wanted to go over some specifics for the race. All of these, for the most part, can be found on our website. I'm just going to talk a little bit more in detail about most of these things. I urge you to maybe listen to this. You don't necessarily have to watch it as you're doing other things. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. For those watching it, I am going to share my screen. Give me 1 second here. All right. So my screen should now be the website for the triathlon. And if you haven't visited this site, there are some of you that have found the race through Run Sign Up. And based on the fact I've gotten emails through Run Sign Up, I want to make sure everyone's actually looking at this website because I've spent some time really putting in all the information that you're going to need. So just to briefly talk about awards, we do give age group awards, overall awards for the duathlon, the aquathon. Or I'm sorry, aquabike. We do have a grab and go awards at this event. We've had it for years. So under the gazebo, when you finish, give it a little time to populate your result, and we'll have QR codes by the timing trailer and on the awards tables. Make sure you look up, make sure that you actually won an award before you go up. You're certainly welcome to ask if you don't have your phone on you or you can't find your name. We can confirm for you if needed, but give it a try first. If you want an award, you can go up see Selena, and I think Kim will be helping her out, and claim your award. So our awards are gold, silver, bronze versions of the medal that everyone gets as a finisher medal. The finisher medal is all colors, but the awards are gold, silver, bronze of that. And so when you claim your award, we have some various prizes in addition to those for the overall winners. But on this page, you can see, if you scroll down, all the people that are eligible or that all the categories that you can win awards in. Later in the morning, anyone that hasn't claimed the awards or anyone that just wants to be called up, we will run through the list of award winners and you can get up on the podium. We do have a podium with a backdrop at the race. We just don't have an official award ceremony that everyone needs to wait for in order to claim their award. We realize a lot of you have to get out of there. So again, towards the end of the race, we'll announce a time when we do run through everyone's name if you'd like to get up on the podium and get a picture taken. All right, so this is the briefing, which will be posted in this area here. Let's go to the course. Actually, let's not. Let's talk about parking first. So on this page, parking in Texas City down by the dike, you can park anywhere that's open for you to do so and legal. Most of the parking you're going to encounter is just street parking. It is early in the morning. You are parking next to the homes of residents that live there, and we want to be respectful. So please keep it down, no unnecessary noise. This is a bigger event than in the past. To my best knowledge, no one's ever had issues parking. It's probably about a half mile or more away from transition. This year, some of you will find yourselves more than a half mile away. So I would recommend that you ride your bike. I always see people walking a long ways with their bike, and you can just get on your bike as long as you put your helmet on. Because if you're riding your bike without your helmet at any time before, after, or during the race, you'll be disqualified. Make sure your helmet's on, make sure you're safely riding it, obeying traffic laws, look out, it's dark. But yeah, you can ride your bike all the way down. Um, Parking where you're going to, there will be open roads until you get to the intersection, the main intersection that's next to the gazebo. After that, those roads are closed. So just know there won't be any vehicles once you pass that intersection with the police officer. For those of you that have spectators that can't or don't necessarily want to walk from a half mile or more out, we totally get it. Find a side road that you can drive up almost to like where our cones are that we block off the bike course, and you can let people out. And then someone that's willing and able can park the car a little bit further away if needed and walk in. Okay. So that's how that goes as far as the parking. There are streets here that you are not supposed to park on. You can look at the map, which we'll get to when I talk about the course, and see exactly where these are. Now, a few blocks away, there's actually a school where you can park as well, where there's parking lots versus street parking. You can park there too. Actually, right here is a Google map. There's another Google map on the course page, but we'll click here. This is the same course map that'll pop up. It's a site map. You should pop up as a blue dot if you open this on site. Some people do, some people don't. If you do, it shows you where you are on the map. But what I'm talking about is right here on 9th Street. This is an extra wide street with tons of parking all the way down. I mean, it goes even further than what I've highlighted in purple. These side roads, I believe you can park on as well, but they're smaller with less room. I would definitely recommend parking on 9th. There is parking over here at the school. This is what I was talking about with actual parking lots. So you could park here and ride over. As I said, keep in mind, all of these roads are open. I'll show you what part of the bike course is open, but I'll tell you that Bay Street right here is open. There are cones and barricades that will block you from entering this with your car, but you can pull up and park close to this road and walk or ride over. Okay, so that is pretty much all on parking. I'm going to hit the most important things. We'll go down to schedule. We'll talk about packet pickup here. So for your schedule of events, this Thursday and Friday from noon to 7, Selena will be running packet pickup out of Sun and Ski Sports in Webster. I will go to the packet pickup page in a second. But if you cannot, for whatever reason, make these 2 days to get your packet, either day is available. All the packets are at the same location. including the ones that were paid for race morning. So if you decide that you don't, in fact, want race morning packet pickup that you paid for, and you'd like to get it Thursday or Friday, you can come to either of these packet pickups at Sun and Ski, and your packet will be there. When the packet pickup is done, those packets that were marked for race morning packet pickup will be available under the gazebo on your way to transition that morning. Just look for the finish line structure, the gazebo in the park there as you go down. Selena will be in there and you can get your packet if you paid for that. If you'd like to add that and you know you won't be able to make it to these, I have packet pickup for race morning available in run sign up as an add-on until later in the day, Friday, if you end up not being able to make it. To do that, you run or you sign into your run sign up account. You click manage or edit on your registration for this event. And on the top or the side, it's usually the top, the menu bar will have sub menu that'll say add-ons, event category changes, that kind of stuff. Go to the add-ons section, add packet pickup for race morning, and complete in cart your payment, and you're set to go. All right. By the way, if you still want to change your category slash event, if you need to go from, the duathlon into the triathlon or triathlon to duathlon, however that is, some of those switches may require a slight payment, and we can send you an invoice for that. But the point is, we can change you if you want to change between the aquabike, the duathlon, and the triathlon. Just email us. Selena can do that on site at Packet Pickup, but please don't do that to her if you don't have to. If you can email me ahead of time. All right, so there is a bib list that that I downloaded on September 5th. If you registered after September 5th, your number has not been assigned yet. That number will be assigned in person by Selena at Packet Pickup. You should have got a QR code. That QR code is the way that she will quickly sign you in. She can also sign you in by name. If you don't have the QR code, you can't get it to come up, whatever the reason may be, she can still look you up. But the QR code makes it faster. If you signed up the morning of September 5th or sooner, you will be on this list here. It's a multi-page PDF. It shows your category. We assign bib numbers to everyone that was registered then, shows your swim wave, what cap you are. Keep in mind, if you submitted a change in event, this may not be accurate at this time, but everyone else should be good. Race morning times. You get there, you can start parking and working your way down to transition at 5 a.m. Transition officially opens at 5 a.m. down on the dike at First Lady Pavilion, which is the first building across from the ticket booth there. You do not have to pay to get onto the dike. It is closed to traffic. We are one of only two events. And the other event that closes the dike down is actually our half marathon. The half marathon we have in December is part of the Lone Star Race Series. It's 3 half marathon events. Check that out. But the point is, we have 2 events, and they're the only 2 that close down the dike. Thank you to Texas City for that. They have been great and very gracious about welcoming us in. So anyway, you cross that main intersection over by the gazebo, you work your way down Dike Road, and once you get to the dike, you'll see transition. It'll be lit up like a Christmas tree. Tons of light from our light generators. It's first thing you see on the left. We're right next to the water. Transition opens at 5. At 7, transition closes. At 7:15, we do the anthem and announcements down by the swim start. It is about a quarter mile. It's actually a little less, but let's say a quarter mile walk from transition down to the swim start. If you plan on time for a quarter mile, you'll be safe. I will get into, when I talk about the course, I'll get into how to walk down there, what shoes to possibly use or go barefoot. I'll talk about all that in a minute. So you get down there, we do the anthem and announcements. That includes the duathlon, the aquabike. Everyone goes down. Duathlon starts right next to the swim start that walks over to the water. So you guys are all set. Everyone comes down together. At 7:25, we start the duathlon 5 minutes before you guys do an out and back run on the dike, and you will start filtering into transition around the same time. Some of the first wave swimmers get into transition as well, and you all merge together at that point. So at 7:30, we start our swim waves. Wave one is yellow, men 45 to 45 and older, plus para triathletes. We have one para triathlete and guide in the triathlon, and we have 8 para triathlete and guides this year in the duathlon. So thanks for coming out, guys. The second wave, 733, wave two, orange, men 44 and under. That's about 105 swimmers. 738, wave pink, all women at once. About 100 swimmers in that one. And 741, wave four, which is green. So when I say all women, and I've gone through all the men up here, that excludes Clydesdales and Athenas, which is a weight-based category, male and female guardians, which are public servants, mostly military, fire, EMT, nurses, doctors, things like that. In that category, all relays, all aquabikes, all in this category. So yes, there will be some women in that category as well, if you're not in the general category of women up here. And the last wave, 7:44 a.m., is our wave five. This is new for this year. It is a repeat color from the first wave, but it's the fifth. Shouldn't be confusion there. This is all the rookies and first timers. Now, everyone in this category should be a rookie or a first timer, but if that is you, keep in mind, if you chose age group, you're allowed to compete in that. Okay. But there should be no one in this category that is not a first time triathlete. If if you've done triathlon before and you are in this category, please email me and I'll change you to the other age group category. All right, 8:30 post race begins. 8:45, you can start to grab those grab and go awards. 9 a.m. we'll let people back in to claim their bikes in transition. That's the official time we open transition, but Trey and Becky, if you've done any other triathlons around the Houston area, Trey and Becky have been put in transition, manning that station for years. They're pros at it. They will try to let you guys in sooner. If you go down there and you're respectful for the people that are still racing and coming in and out, they'll let small groups in and out of transition to get their bikes prior to the 9 o'clock if it makes sense and we can safely and respectfully do it. 10 a.m. or sooner is that award ceremony, just reading off the awards for people that are there. They want to bring their medal up and get pictures taken. And 10:30 is the event conclusion. Okay. It usually goes a little faster than the schedule. This is kind of a worst case scenario on the timing. So that's that. Let me go over to packet pickup. This should be a quick one because I already talked about most of it. Packet pickup location address is right here. Sun and Ski and Webster has the times that's available. Bring your QR code. You do have to have a government issued photo ID. USA Triathlon is the sanctioning party for this. They offer our insurance and they have their rankings and everything that you guys are working towards. That being said, as most of you know, they eliminated their rule that only athletes can pick up their own packets, and that's it. I think it's a couple years ago now. As long as you have a photo ID, you have email text permission from the athlete you're picking up for. You are allowed definitely to do that at this point. You can't pick up more than one. Let's not go crazy with that because it does back up the line. But if you need to pick up for a friend or a couple family members or whatever, you can do that, no problem. You do need to check your bag before you leave. I'm going to go over what should be in that. It's possible, we're only human, that we make a mistake. Maybe everything's not in there. If you don't check your bag, you get home, you realize something's not there. Please recheck the bag, trace your steps. Odds are you dropped it somewhere along the way, but if we did make a mistake, we'll make it right. We have some extra things. Stop and see Selena in the gazebo on the way down in the morning. She'll do her best to get you taken care of. Side note, for any of you that signed up late, there are a handful that did not get shirts, or if you're coming in on a deferral and you're on the wait list, there is a no shirt option just in case, if you're a small men's size and there's only XL female left because that's who deferred, or vice versa like that, and you don't even want that at all and you can't wear it, then you can select no shirt. If that's you, and I'm also speaking to the guides for the para triathletes, you guys can come down and get shirts after the event. We'll have a number of those left over. We also have shirts and things from previous years that are pretty cool. Not only will those be on sale, but if you didn't get a shirt and you check in with Selena after, we'll do our absolute best to get you guys something. Everyone should get something. So that's how that's going. All right, packet pickup items. You'll get a latex swim cap. JustSwimCaps.com sponsors those every year. They're great. If you need any swim caps for your team, if you're putting on a triathlon, you're part of school aquatics, check them out. They've got great prices, super customer service. Um, you'll have two helmet and bike stickers. That reads a little weird now that I'm looking at it, guys. What that means is you have one helmet sticker and you have one bike sticker. They're just the small sticker, just like what's on your rack. So you have essentially three stickers. You have one on your rack, and then you have two that you get in your packet. They all match, all the same number. One of them goes right on the center of your helmet, and the other one goes on your seat post. As you're sitting on your bike, your left side goes on your seat post vertically facing out. If you can't put it there, you can put it on your top tube. Just make sure it's facing to the left as you're sitting on your bike because you're always going to be in the right lane riding. That's the only side we need visible to be able to see the number on your bike as the officials pass. You get one run big number. You do not have to wear that anywhere besides the run. You also do not have to run with a shirt on. If you're a guy, you can run shirtless. If that's changed in the USAT rules and I'm unaware, let me know. I think that's just an Ironman thing. They may have put that in recently into USAT. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. Um, you get one event cycling jersey. It's kind of what this race is known for. We do actual cycling jerseys for everyone. If you don't like that and you ordered a regular event shirt, we have a tri-blend t-shirt for you instead. But that is on your registration. We'll know what to do there. Xterra has been nice enough to give us 600 plus race belts. So if you don't have a race belt for your number to make it easy to take that on and off versus pinning it on a shirt or trying to pin it while you're in transition, that's ridiculous, guys. It's such a waste of time. It's so frustrating when you're wet. So use those Xterra race belts. They were very generous. And check out the links on here. We have a direct link where you guys get discounted prices for Xterra wetsuits and everything else that they offer. It's great pricing. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this, but we do have these guides. Sorry, that's a little cut off there, but it shows where everything that you get in your packet is placed on you during the event. There's more guides, how to set up your transition spot up here, all these PDFs. There's a lot of newbies in this race, rookies. So make sure you look at everything, please, guys. These guides will really help you. You can also YouTube search how to set up a transition spot. You can research how to do transition. Do not ride your bike in transition. Make sure it's not a rule that you have to have your helmet on until you get on your bike. You do it first. So let me rephrase that. You get your helmet on, you buckle it completely, and then you can get on your bike. You do not technically have to have your helmet on and buckled in transition, but just do it. You can't ride your bike in transition. You have to walk or run it out. If you don't put your helmet on and buckle it, it's just something else you have to do later. It's easy to do it at the rack. Do it at the rack so it's done. Clip it so it's nice and secure. Run your bike out, mount after the line. Okay. So these guides show you everything you need. Check them out. Timing chip and strap, left ankle. You'll get the chip and the strap will be on the rack at your number assigned to you race morning. You do not get your chip in your packet pickup bag. All right, guys. Put that on your left ankle. Why is it on your left ankle? To avoid possibly getting caught up in your crank. I've never seen that happen, but they've always been on the left. So hopefully that avoids that. If you're in a relay, your timing chip is passed from person to person, meaning if you're doing the swim, you have it on. When you come into transition, I would recommend the runner takes the chip off of the relay swimmer and puts it on the biker, the left ankle. When the biker comes in to transition, and this is all done at the rack, the swimmer should take the chip off the biker and put it on the runner's ankle while the runner's preparing. And make sure again that that's done at the rack. We have you in a specific spot for relays where your number is, but just like the para athletes, we will have a couple extra unnumbered racks in the back. You'll see those. Anything without a number, relays and para triathletes are welcome to those. There's more room on them. You guys can come and go as you please through transition as well, even after the race starts and we kick everyone out. Just let Trey know you are either a relay or a para triathlete or a para triathlete guide helping them, and you can come and go as you please. Just be respectful as you do so. I there were a lot of you, almost 200 of you that had your package shipped, so you should have those by now. If you paid for that and you didn't get it, let us know. We have tracking on those. It is too late to do that. We can't send any more out. So again, if you cannot make it to packet pickup, log in and get yourself race morning pickup. There's instructions here how to do that. Okay, enough of that rambling. So let me just look through here, guys. You can read the rules on your own. We've gone over schedule, swag, weather, it's checked there. Lodging. If you want to stay close to race site, we urge you to check out Texas City. We do not have coupon codes for the hotels. It's been harder and harder because of the cost of everything to get those. That being said, it's super affordable in Texas City to stay. I've traveled a lot this year, and the rates in Texas City are by far the lowest. So if you want to stay and support them, they really support our race, and we would appreciate it. You can stay close to the race site. For a lot of you, I know it's a lot of time traveling in, so that's definitely beneficial. As of now, over 100 of you are staying in Texas City at least one night. So thank you to those of you that are supporting the city with that. All right. So, all right, we're going to go over the course. I'll make this as quick as possible. You got the distances on here. Triathlon, you have a 500-meter swim, 15-mile bike, 3.1-mile run. Duathlon, you have a 2-mile run prior. That is a different run. That is just simply an out and back on the dike. And a 15-mile bike, same as the triathlon, and a 3.1-mile run at the end, same as the triathlon. The aquabike, you're going to do the same swim as the tri and the same bike as the tri and the duathlon. The only thing that differs in here is this 2-mile run right here for the duathlon. That'll be super easy. I'll explain that in a minute. All right. These are the different categories. I'm not going to go over all of these. I already kind of did. There's more information here on the relay teams. I've gone over the important things already, but click this and you can read all about the things that you guys may have questions about with your relay. Interesting things about the duathlon. I'll go over most of those, but here's these drop downs have some of the information on the differences between these events and the triathlon, which is the main event. Okay, I'm going to click on this for just a second. This is an illustrated course map. It simplifies things quite a bit. When I go over the course officially here in a second, I will go back out to the GPS one. It's a little better to look at when I'm going over this meeting. The one thing I want to make sure you see here is there are some speed bumps, and these speed bumps are around just after mile 2 on the bike. It is a big straight up hill and down, super short, but there's 3 sets of speed bumps going up. There's none coming down the other side. So once you make it up, come down, you're good. We do put rubber mats over those, and that if you go over them on the rubber mats, you lessen the bump when you hit them. Going over them a bit faster is usually a good thing on those rubber mats. Going over super slow, you feel it quite a bit more. It's not as bad as it sounds. I always make it sound worse because I do want you to be up out of aero, control of your bike when you hit them. We will have some warning signs there, possibly someone there, but the warning signs, and I'm telling you about them right now. So just be careful. Okay. So that's the illustrated map. Let me go back out, guys, and talk about this real quick. Restrooms. We're going to have a ton of restrooms down by transition. So we'll have all of the restrooms will be out of transition. If you are during the race and you need to deviate just a little bit on your way in and out of transition to go to those restrooms, feel free to do so. It's not like you're going to be disqualified. I don't want to split them up and have a few in transition and a bunch out. There's a big bank of those down there. On your way through to race morning, there are some restrooms in the park, in the parking lot of the park as you're coming down. I would not recommend using those. I always see a line for those, and people are just unaware that there's some down in transition. There are way more down there. Okay. On-course hydration. We will have some coolers in the morning with water and Gatorade on the run out part of transition. I would recommend you come to the race filled up with your water or whatever electrolyte carb drink that you want, gels, whatever you have. Bring your own stuff. We're not supplying all of that. If you need a little top off, you'd be able to do it. But please don't use our coolers to fill everything up for yourself race morning. On that note, please also don't use our generous bike mechanics that are there from Sun and Ski and Justin with Bike Minded Guru. They're both there helping you guys as mechanics in the morning and as SAG on the course. Please do not use and abuse them. They are not there to do tune-ups on your bike and fix everything you have wrong with it. You have days to take care of that before the race. They're mainly there for emergencies, or if something's clicking or something's rubbing and you didn't notice it, they can fix that for you. But they are not there to tune up free tune-ups on your bike. They will not do that, okay, guys? There's just too many people that need them. We will have air pumps there with them if you need to pump up your tires. But again, pump those up the night before to make sure you don't have a flat. Feel them the next morning, top them off if you need to. Course Medical, Brian King, who's at all the races. You guys know Brian. He'll be out there with medical and his people running medical. We do have a great medical sponsor, Methodist, but Brian handles our actual medical for us. Thanks to him and thanks to Methodist for their generosity sponsoring this race. Between the city and Methodist guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, and all of you and our volunteers. So thanks again. All right, that is enough of that. Let's get into the map itself. All right. So those of you in the triathlon, you're going to exit here. This road will be freshly swept. That is part of what we do, or what we talk to the city and what they provide for us. They will sweep it to the best of their ability. Years in the past, they're down at the turnaround on the dike on the bike. There has been a lot of gravel and things like that. We've taken care of that last minute, but the city last year was good about sweeping that. They're going to do that again this year, along with sweeping the dike and the streets. So if you're familiar with the area, this is all fenced in triathlon. You'll have or I'm sorry, transition. You will have your own spot on the rack, like we talked about. Body marking is not tattoos, guys. We have Sharpies in metal buckets hanging from the racks. So you can get those, mark yourself, help out a friend, make a new friend, mark each other up, caps back on in those buckets that are hanging. Just mark on the side of your arm here, going down, mark your number on each arm. That's all we need. If you want to mark it on your thighs just below where your shorts are, that's fine too. You can mark that horizontally across your thigh. But we definitely need them on your arms here. If you're using sleeves, you can mark them further down, or on your forearm. Just make sure it's legible and we can read that. Okay, so the walk down to the swim here, it could be less than a quarter mile. I forget from year to year, guys. I'm sorry. But you exit, this is paved. I would just walk the street. Even though the bike's going to be going on, it's not going on in the morning. So walk the street. We do cone off just a little edge of that so you don't have to run in the gravel. If you want to run barefoot, you can run on the street. And odds are almost all of you or all of you will be through and into transition after running on the road before the first bike comes by, because this is the end of the bike course, okay? The swim tends to go pretty fast. So you walk down on the street, you can walk barefoot. If you choose to walk down with a pair of shoes, you can put those shoes at the swim exit. This is a sand path that they lay from the road. They lay it the Friday of just before the race, and they smooth it out all the way down. We fence this off and we put cones down the middle. One side is the entry, one side is the exit. If you want to bring shoes down with you, you can put them at the exit, but I wouldn't. I would put them down here by these pools or along the road. We're going to have little kiddie pools filled with water. So when you get out of the swim, you'll run and you'll be wet and sand will be all over your feet. And you can dip into these kiddie pools, get your feet wet, get the sand off, and then put your shoes on if you choose to put shoes down there. I would not bring the shoes you're going to run in, because maybe you're so out of your head because your heart rate's high, you don't see your shoes and you can't find them. Or God forbid, someone mess with them. We haven't really had that happen, but you never know. We don't sit there and watch them. If something happens to those shoes, then you have nothing to run in later. So if you're going to put shoes here, I would put maybe sandals or flip-flops if you're going to use those and walk. If you plan on running, maybe it's a pair of shoes you mow the lawn with, or an old pair of running shoes. Something you don't care about that essentially could be donated if you choose to run barefoot instead and you leave them there. But anyway, that's where I would put the shoes. The tubs will be here. That's how the swim starts. You guys will come down here in the chute. We'll do announcements. We will run you in from the shoreline. There is a small, very small, maybe it's about this wide, section of crushed shells that washes in. We can't do anything about it. Even if we were to rake them out, put sand down, the waves over 10 minutes will erode all of that and you'll have the shells again. It is not bad enough to cut your feet open We've never had that. You might go out, out, out as you go across it, whatever, like you're walking on maybe these rocks here. It lasts for 2 seconds, you're in, and it's all smooth sand all the way out. Now, bit of advice here. We have never had stingrays or anything like that, but it is the ocean and this is sandy bottom. Shuffle your feet on the way out. Don't pick them way up and stomp them down. Okay. So I would shuffle your feet on the way out if you choose to walk. You can it will be high tide. When you run in, you can kind of run and shuffle your feet. If you're running and you're picking your feet up or you're dolphin diving in or whatever you may be doing, once you get to the point where you can swim, which is, I mean, as long as you can pull and not grab sand, you can swim. So if you're going to run and you're worried about your time, then I would start swimming as soon as possible. It's harder to wade out there than it is not to. And we do start from the shore. So your time starts there. I would say right around here, maybe a third or a halfway point to the buoy out here. It's swimmable. You're going to swim around this buoy. The swim course shows it like this. I don't know why. So we're going to do that. These are big triangle green tetrahedral buoys. You're going to swim around them. They'll be on one will be on your left. This next one will be on your left as well. You can't touch out here. You can't touch for most of the area approaching on the far side here. And when you turn to come back in, you're just going to sight off big flags we have big yellow flags that say swim exit. So you're going to just sight off those and you'll come in and you'll exit where you started the race, just on the other side of that. Okay, so we'll have kayaks out there. Right now we've got 7 kayaks and 2 motorboats. Those boats will be on the outside, just patrolling, making sure no one's off course. And we'll have kayaks and we'll have some lifeguards on shore and out in the boats themselves. So remember, guys, I don't think this will be wetsuit legal. Look at the rules to see. I always forget and state the wrong temperature, and I should know this, I've been doing it long enough, but there's a certain temperature where you can wear wetsuits, but you're not eligible for awards. And then a temperature where you can't wear them, period. It's just dangerous. So take a look at that. We will announce race morning, what's legal, what's not. Swim skins are going to be legal if you know what those are for sure. So you can wear those. But anyway, you come in, you run the road, you get on your bike. It's real simple. Walk your bike, run your bike out of transition. And sorry, hold on. Okay. So you'll come out right here is where you bike out. And here is the mountain line. You'll run it up. This is a slight uphill, guys. Sorry. But you're going to run it past the mountain line. You'll get on your bike. And you will ride Skyline. You'll hit this little bump here. Remember that. And then with the speed bumps, you'll come down here. Once you turn left right here, watch out. There is a cement block here. This is a one-way road. This is close to traffic, Skyline. So once you get out of transition, all the way to the end of Skyline, or not the end, but where it hits Dike Access Road here and you turn left, that's all closed. Once you turn left onto Dike Access Road, that is open road. There'll be a few cones in the center. You will be in the right lane. There's not really a curb lane, or there's not really a shoulder, I'm sorry, but do try to get close to that white line as safely as you can to let cars pass. Super low speed limit on this road, not many cars. They have been very respectful in the past, but don't ride that middle line and take that up. This is an open road. You're riding with traffic, the right-hand lane. Bay Street is open. A point to consider. When you get down here and you come into the park area, you can see that 25th Avenue merges with you. You are going to, as you ride, you'll find yourself kind of in that center lane. You don't want to be there. Shift over into the far right lane. You're always in the right lane. So when Bay Street here shifts over and merges with 25th, you're going to gain an extra lane. It goes from 2 lanes to 4 lanes. Make sure you're in that far right shoulder curb lane, okay, the whole time. These side roads will be coned and barricaded off as you go, but keep in mind, things can happen. Hasn't been an issue in the past. Just head on a swivel. You are also responsible for your own safety. We put cones out there. We have police where necessary. There are, I believe, 7 police on this course. They closed down most of it, so we don't need a lot. Over in here is the main intersection. You will be in the right lane as you approach, and you will make a left-hand turn. This is not protected, but there are at least one, if not 2 police officers here manning traffic that may try to be coming into this intersection. So you should be as safe as we can make you. But again, look around, guys. Police officers are only human. They can't stop cars if cars want to go. Most of the time, cars stop. But I want you guys to look around and be responsible for safety as well. You'll turn onto this road, and once you turn, you're back on closed road again. No vehicles to contend with. You're going to ride down past transition. You'll blow by transition. This is when you'll hit about mile 5, I think. Then you have 5 miles all the way down the dike. It's a long ride. You'll U-turn down here. You'll come all the way back. When you come back, just before you get to transition, you will dismount this line, maybe a little sooner than this. But remember, this is the swim in run. This is the bike in here. So you'll hit this dismount. You'll dismount before this, run a little bit, come in, mount your bike. Mount your bike in the same place you took it from, where your number is. Change into your swim stuff, whatever that means, your run stuff, whatever you're going to go out on the run course with. Once you run out, you're going to hit this water stop. This should be manned by the people in transition. This is one of only 2 water stops that we have on the course. So get what you need here, fill up, okay? Then you're going to run. You're running out the same way the bike course went. Now, most or all of the riders should be on the bike course and past this point by the time you go out. But it's possible because it's a bigger year. We have a lot more beginners in this race, in that last wave. You may have some traffic there where you're running out if you're in the first waves and fast, and have some of those last riders going out on the course. Shouldn't be a problem. We're aware of it. Just be aware yourself as well. You're in the far left lane here when you're running. Okay. So stay in the left lane as you're running, especially if there's riders still coming onto the course. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this is zooming in like that. Okay. So you'll run down about a mile, and you'll see a sign where you're going to turn off Skyline, off the bike and run course, and you'll go just into the run course down here. This is a hill you come down, cross this bridge, and you're on the run course in the park at that point. You will be in the right side always on this course. You'll be on the right side, stay on the right. This looks like 2 water stops. I guess technically it is, but we bill it as one. There's 1 water stop there. It's just on both sides of the road. It's easy for us to man it that way. This is your one and only stop once you actually progress onto the course, but you get to hit it twice. You hit it, I believe it's like 1.2, 1.3 miles you'll hit it. And then you'll keep going down. You'll follow the cone line. And this right here is an out and back section of the run. Okay. It's all paved. And it all is paved leading up to it as well. So you'll go out, you'll go to the U-turn sign, which is just after the bridge here. You'll see where it is. You'll U-turn around the sign and the cones, and you'll come back on the right side just like you went out on the right side. Okay, you just change directions. You're coming back in. Now you can hit the water stop again. The volunteers may choose to move that a little over here to separate it more. Wherever it is, you can hit it again. Once you make this right turn, this is just one way on the run course now, and this is all gravel through the park. Better on your joints. So this is all gravel from this right-hand turn. I believe that's around, I want to say mile 2. And that's all gravel coming back through here. Follow the cones, follow the signs, make your way all the way back down. And once you cross over this last bridge, you should be able to see and hear the finish line. You work your way up through these little sidewalks here, follow cones and signs, and you will be in the finish line chute and finish right next to Rainbow Park, where everything is for post-race. We'll have some pizza. That may change to breakfast tacos right now. Pizza, there's snacks, there's Gatorade bottles at the finish line. There should be a little bit of water too in coolers that you can get. Or actually, I take that back. There's a whole lot of water. I ordered a pallet of bottled water as well. So you'll have bottled water, you'll have bottled Gatorade. On the course is water and Gatorade. There's no gels or anything. And then we'll have our other things for you at the finish, like awards and things like that. All right. Well, that is it for the course. I will talk real briefly the duathlon, same bike course, same run course for the second run. For the first run, you guys start like right here, right to the side of the swim start chute that goes in. So you'll be right here. There'll be a flag that says duathlon start on it. That'll mark your start. And you'll have a second one that says duathlon start. It's not the start, it's the turnaround point. So you start at the first one, we start you, and you just run down the dike. This is where you turn around. See this little orange colored line? There'll be a flag right here. You'll turn around at that. You'll come back, and then you'll just merge with any swimmers coming out that are running or walking in. You just merge right with them in the swim in chute, and you go in. And that's that. As far as the aquabike, you start the swim like the triathletes do, no problem there. You do the bike just like they do. You finish your race in transition. The second you cross the bike in timing mat, your time stops. That's the end of your race. Trey and Becky may let you just take all your stuff out if you're part of the aquabike. It's probably easier. You're already in there. You don't have to do that. You can come back later when everyone else is claiming it. But just talk to them if you do want to take that. So your time is official when you cross the bike in for the aquabike. And you can, when you make your way over to the finish line, you can ask whoever's in the finish if you can get a medal. Not if, you can get a medal. If they can help you get your medal. You might be able to just kind of walk in the back and grab it from one of the volunteers. If you're part of a relay, you can get a couple medals, whatever you need to do there. There are only just over 600 medals, guys. So ask for help. Please don't flood that finish line, that chute with people that aren't in the race. We have to keep those medals secure in there so everyone gets one. I believe that is about it. Let me just go back to the site and make sure that I've gone through everything. Frequently asked questions. There's some stuff on here. If you have any questions, guys, that I haven't gone over, let me know. We are pretty full up on volunteers, but we could use a couple at the finish. We could use a couple in transition, and we definitely can use some at that water stop out on the course. So we have all of our medical that's signed up for. We have all our kayaks, our boats. We have packet pickup. We have a lot of what we need. But again, if you know anyone that wants to help out with transition or specifically the water stop, please help us out there. Check out our other races, and I think that's about it, guys. Probably went longer, as always, than I thought, but this is more for the newbies than anything else. The race really has not changed from last year. If you did it last year, carbon copy for the most part. So let me stop sharing my screen for a sec. So thank you guys again, and we will see you bright and early on Saturday. Looking forward to it.